They're being treated rudely. People are sharing their home information.
A group of local doctors are outraged over the treatment of San Diego's public health officer, Dr. Wilma Wooten. Good evening, I'm Lindsay Pena.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. They claim that no one came to her defense when her home address was made public during a Board of Supervisors meeting. As ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala explains, Wooten is one of several public figures facing intimidation during this pandemic.
I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair. Let's go back to personal choice. And for everyone who thinks Wooten is doing a good job, feel free to give a high five or send her a letter. Her address is away.
This is the incident that's sparking outrage in the medical community. During public comment at a Board of Supervisors meeting, a caller criticized the county's public health officer, Dr. Wilma Wooten, and then blasted Wooten's home address twice.
We feel that it's strongly that the Board of Supervisors, we would hope, would condemn this sort of behavior.
Dr. Holly Yang is the president of the San Diego County Medical Society. The group sent a letter to the County Board of Supervisors saying the supervisors failed to protect or defend Dr. Wooten. They say there was no effort to terminate public testimony and called this a failure of leadership.
Stand up for Dr. Wooten and make sure that she is not subject to these type of behavior, and immediately cut it off, say that it's unacceptable, and protect her.
But Thursday, many of the supervisors were quick to respond. Supervisor Jim Desmond says the incident was unfortunate and uncalled for.
I apologize to the Medical Society if we didn't do the right thing at the right time. Dr. Wooten's doing a great job, and she did not deserve any sort of attack or outlash against her.
Supervisor Kristen Gaspar said there's no excuse for personal attacks or sharing personal information. Supervisor Nathan Fletcher, who is the co-chair of the county's COVID-19 subcommittee and works closely with Wooten, says Dr. Wooten has earned and deserves our respect. Supervisor Greg Cox, who's also on that committee, says he condemns what happened and thinks Dr. Wooten has done an outstanding job. He went on to say, as a public agency, we cannot block speakers from using their First Amendment right to make comments at our meetings. Comments made at the board meeting are live, and the remarks made the other day happened too quickly for us to prevent them from going out over the air. He also went on to say they redacted Wooten's personal information from the archived video.
Dr. Wooten, we know you have a hard job. We respect you. We support you.
Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
We also asked the county for a comment from Dr. Wilma Wooten herself. We have not received an answer on that request.
And here are the latest numbers for San Diego County. A record 335 new cases were reported today, bringing our total to 11,961. And 5 new deaths were reported, bringing the region's total to 352. In the last 20 minutes, UC San Diego announced only 30% of its classes will be in person this fall. The rest will be virtual or hybrid due to the pandemic. ABC 10 News reporter Cassie Carlisle spoke with a student on how this is changing his college experience.
Dylan Nelson isn't overjoyed about his impending junior year at UCSD.
Spending a third of it at home is meh.
Coronavirus taking control of his education, now almost entirely online.
Fortunately, all computer-based classes, so a lot of that was going to be online anyway, so it's not too hard to adapt.
Seeing the silver lining of this storm that seems never-ending.
As a junior, I think it's tough, but not the worst. I feel kind of bad for all the seniors who are going in right now, because you're missing out on potentially really big classes.
Classes that will shape your network.
You can't really make new friends and meet new people and really do many projects strictly online.
The university's plan to protect students also includes the Return to Learn program, a massive undertaking that seeks to eventually test the entire school's population for COVID-19 on a consistent basis for 8 months, potentially paving a path to return to some in-person education in the fall. Meanwhile, even the thought of mandatory masks makes some students like Nelson hesitant to come back.
For me personally, no. I think other people in certain classes, they may want the more in-person aspect.
Pillars of the college experience like clubs and internships taking a hit too.
Yeah, there was one I was supposed to do in New York and that got canceled. That was really unfortunate.
But he's hopeful for next year, saying this to his fellow Tritons.
Hang in there and stay safe, or else this may be even longer than we want it to be.
Cassie Carlisle, ABC 10 News.
In-person classes will be limited to fewer than 50 students or half classroom capacity, and students will be required to wear a mask. All students who live on campus will participate in daily symptom screening and offered a coronavirus test at move-in.
Governor Gavin Newsom says Californians need to understand that we are seeing a troubling rise in the number of new cases and the number of people needing to go to the hospital. He says what's happening here and around the country should show how important it is for all Californians to wear masks and socially distance.
We've got 4th of July coming up.